And we are back. Avry Sports Show. Webcast on livestream.com/Avry Sports. Want to hop up and in. Let's hear you chirp. Let's hear you talk. Whatever it is you want to do on the interweb. Number to call 780-628-1771. Extension code 260. Or email the program fightingpike1hotmail.com or join the livestream.tv chat. Have a ball. Have a good old time in there. It's always fun when everybody jumps on in there because hey, I see. We got Mr. Vintage Vic Michaels from Broadcast Sports on Blog Talk Radio. What's up, Vic? How you doing, sir, tonight? Good to have Vic back in the program as always. I know Vic, you're always chilling in the chat room every now and again. Oh, it's always good. Vic, asking about Raw last night. Well, I know I'm going to say, Vic. I'm going to say I like seeing old John Cena back. I like it. I want to see more of the Doctor of Thugonomics on the mic. That was golden. That was good. I was crying with laughter at that. That was just fantastic. I mean, hey, he dropped the S-bomb on PG Monday Night Raw. And of course it got censored out though, but oh my gosh. The Rock concert. Yes, The Rock. Oh, The Rock got Cena good. Oh man, this is why these two are the best guys on the mic. They have to offer in all wrestling. These two guys are the best guys. They're the best mic skills. No one can touch these guys. No one can touch The Rock and John Cena on the mic. Fantastic stuff. This is what they've needed for the past, 3-4 years? What they needed. The pop. The electricity that was in the crowd. You haven't seen that in a very long time at WWE events. You haven't seen that. And you haven't seen that kind of energy, that fire, that flow, that woo! That brings the passion to it. I mean, congrats. Congrats to those guys. They made me tune in. I tune in still every now and again to Raw. But when I heard that you'd be seen in Rock, you gotta watch that. You have to tune in and watch. It's incredible stuff. I agree, Vic. No one gets the crowd going like him. It's incredible. It is insane stuff. I mean, wow. That was just absolutely fantastic. Hey, not bad for a guy who was formerly Calgary Stampeder, eh, Vic? Oh, that's just too funny. Every time I look back, I just giggle at the fact that The Rock used to play for the Calgary Stampeders 1 year, 1995. That's right, Rocky from the U of Miami. You know, they have old clips of The Rock on ESPN. The Rock, he's in the U ESPN 3 for 30 show, and you see him in the background. You see him there on the sidelines, and boy, he was a skinny defensive lineman. He was a D lineman, but he was cut and trim. You don't see too many D linemen that are just absolutely trim. The Rock was not an ounce of body fat, and The Rock is a D lineman at the University of Miami. None at all. There's a video of him just sacking former New York Knicks guard Charlie Ward when Charlie Ward was quarterback for Florida State. So funny seeing The Rock sack Charlie Ward. Oh man, think about you, Miami though. Think about how scary that must have been to have The Rock, Warren Sapp, and Ray Lewis. Think about that. Think about that. Just plain crazy. I just absolutely mad. Wait, if you were a quarterback back in the mid '90s and you had a college age Warren Sapp or a college age Ray Lewis coming at you, what do you do besides cry in fear? What else do you do? Just absolutely insane. Nuts, eh, Vic? Oh my gosh. I know Broadcast Sports for you guys is pumping. You guys got a new website now. That's fantastic. Checking that out a few days ago. You guys are just kicking. You're rolling. The tires are flowing in motion. It's fantastic stuff for you and Brad Vic. Always good to see progress being made from Edmonton Sports Show hosts. Always good stuff to see that come in. And hopefully, Vic, we see some more stuff from you guys on the website. Hopefully we see some more stuff, and hopefully we see some more stuff from Mr. Gabe Morency. Like I know Gabe's getting his new site coming up very soon. He's only on live on Ustream right now. Vic told Brad's lazy butt to call in. Yeah, he has sledge hockey. I heard about that with Brad's got sledge hockey to play in. No, I'm sure we'll get Brad to call in next week. We'll get Mr. Bartco to call to the program next week. It's always good chatting with you guys over the phone. It's always a blast to have you guys. But I know, Vic, let me ask you this though. I know you're a dire Broncos fan. We talked about this on your program about the Tebow Manning possibility in Denver though. But I really don't. I mentioned earlier, people are saying trade Tebow, bring in Manning. But do you really want to give up Tebow? Do you want to do that, Vic? Give up on Tebow for Manning? Like I said, suppose Tebow's has a 15-year career ahead of him where he's a Hall of Famer. For me, it's just an odd situation that he's even going to Denver, which I said before. Oh well, Manning Tebow. It's just for me. I would honestly hang on to Tim Tebow because you don't know what he could bring in year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7. To me, Tim Tebow is the future of what a quarterback could be. To me, not unless you bring in Manning and hey, I know it'll never happen, but in a fair and fun-loving world, you give both quarterbacks the same number of starts. All right, okay. Oh, give him Vic the number. Okay, Vic wants to grant. There you go, Vic. There's the number for the program. Let's hear. There you go. Let's give Vic the phone number for the program. What's Vic saying? Homework can wait. I feel a rant coming on. Oh boy, this should be good for Mr. Vic Michaels. This should be fantastic stuff to hear from him. What's going on? Let's see if we can get the Skype lines up and ready. Yep, they are good to go for calls. Just checking to make sure. Always making sure that the lines are ready and working. Like I said, anybody else wants to call into the program, number to call, 780-628-1771, extension code 260. Oh boy, I'm just thinking, let's see. Oh, brother. Oh, I always love when people just go on these epic rants in the program. It always brings a smile to my face. It always brings a smile to my face. It's absolutely golden. And you know what, though, in the meantime, before Vic calls in, I gotta mention, though, naturally, the hometown Edmonton Oilers lost, we mentioned in the morning show, they lost 3-2 to the San Jose Sharks last night. And for me, oh, there we go. Should be Vic now. Oh. Hello, Mr. Michaels. How you doing, sir?
What's going on?
Not too much, Vic. Not too much. How you doing tonight?
Pretty good. You got the juices flowing in me right here. I'm just sitting here doing some homework, and then you bring up the Denver Broncos. How can I not call in?
That is very true. That is very true. I know. You're very yes. Love to see Peyton Manning in Broncos orange and blue, sir.
Yeah, like I've been a huge Tim Tebow supporter ever since he got drafted. Like a week after Tim Tebow got drafted, I went out and bought a Tim Tebow jersey. Like I'm serious about this guy. But with that said, we're talking about Peyton Manning here, possibly one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play in the NFL. Now, Tim Tebow is a good quarterback, but Peyton Manning is a great quarterback. That's all I can say. You cannot pass up the opportunity to at least try and get this guy.
No, I see what you mean, though. But really, like I said, would you want to risk getting rid of Tebow? Because that's the one thing in my mind. Because he could evolve to be, and he could be evolved to be the next Manning in numbers wise, in my mind, not style wise, but numbers wise. It could happen if he lasts long enough in this league.
That is true. Tim Tebow is only 24 years old, so he's got definitely a lot more potential and probably a lot more years left on him than Peyton Manning does. But with Tebow last season, there's just so many questions surrounding this guy, whether or not he can be a quarterback, an efficient quarterback in the NFL. And with what he's shown last year, the only thing I got out of that right now is he's able to go on these incredible runs and win games in the fourth quarter. But other than that, is Tim Tebow a great quarterback? Not so far. I haven't seen that from him so far. And Peyton Manning, the guy's thrown over what 50,000 yards in the NFL.
Yeah,
So
yes, yes.
you can't get away from that at all.
Well, it'll be interesting though. Below what's all said and done though, I'm gonna like I said, I said before, most likely I'm gonna see him in Miami, maybe in Arizona. I do think that okay, in Arizona, could you imagine? I mean, you put him with Larry Fitzgerald, and that'll be TDs all game long.
Yeah, exactly. Like personally, I think Manning will end up in Arizona. It's just kind of a hope that he does go to Denver, but I highly doubt that will happen. Miami, I've heard he has a home in Miami, so
Hmm.
I'm sure Peyton Manning has a family. I'm sure he wants to settle down one day, so that would make sense. Why not go play where you live? And Arizona, like you got Larry Fitzgerald. Enough said. What else? What better receiver can you want to play with than Larry Fitzgerald?
Exactly. Although if you're Kevin Kolb, this must suck because I mean, every time you get a chance to be a starter, someone else comes in and a big star comes in. I mean, Kolb's one chance with Philly doesn't work out. Michael Vick comes in. Kolb with Arizona doesn't work out. Now rumors Peyton Manning might come in. So it sucks if you're Kevin Kolb.
Yeah, Kevin Cobb just can't seem to catch a break, and I guess that's just been following him since birth, being given that name. Cobb is your last name. This guy's just not a lucky guy.
No, that is very true. That is very true. I mean, although with your Broncos though, I mean, think about it though. I mean, you keep Tebow. The thing is though, yes, people have I say oh Tebow's not that polished, but people forget that the Broncos beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoffs. That's the one thing that people forget about Tim Tebow. They beat Pittsburgh.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I hate to contradict myself. Like, a couple minutes ago, I was saying Manning's a way better quarterback than Tim Tebow. Right now, that is true. But I will say, Tim Tebow, he's only had 2 years in the NFL, so it's pretty easy to criticize this guy when he's been a starting quarterback for one full season, and that's it. Well, we can't even say this whole season because he took over for Kyle Orton. So really, we do not know what this guy has yet. We've only scratched the surface of the potential of Tim Tebow. And if I really think he puts the work in and he's shown that he wants to, that he can be an elite quarterback one day, that is just remains to be seen as of now.
No, that is very true. Cause I think if you give Tim Tebow all 16 games, because now Kyle Orton is no longer with Denver. I mean, you give him a 16 game season. I think Tim Tebow could lead Denver. I mean, he led him to a 9 win season so far. I mean, he could lead him to a 11, 12 win season. Because remember, he's in the AFC West.
Yeah, the very weak AFC West. Like, San Diego's on a decline. They're going downhill. Oakland, they showed a little something last year, so I don't want to give up on them quite yet. Kansas City, same kind of thing. They're a young team, but still they're not ready to contend for anything in the playoffs. And so I really do think Denver does have that division. They're the one, that's their division to lose. So if Tebow does play like he was playing last year, pulls that team together, I really do wish they could add a couple more top receivers to that team just to help bail Tebow out here and there. But that defense is second to none right now, and I really do like Denver's chances next year.
That is true. I mean, people forget what Denver. I mean, heck, their D is no chopped liver. You got Dumerville, you got Brian Dawkins over there. Their D, I think, is one of the most intimidating in all National Football League in my mind.
Yeah, like guys forget that Brian Dawkins, Champ Bailey, DJ Williams, like these guys have been around the block. They know what they're doing, and I, for one, I'd be scared to play against any NFL defense. But if I was an NFL team, I would not shy away from this Denver D at all because it's only getting better, and that will continue this year.
No, that is very true. That is very true. I know I want to ask you before I let you go, Vic. Of course, the Edmonton Oilers and Mr. Tom Rennie. I know you guys mentioned on your show. I mean, Tom Rennie. Yeah, you know I'm glad he got mad at this team for losing 3-2. But in game 69, it's too little, too late. To be honest.
Yeah, we've kind of been keeping up with this story the last couple weeks
Yeah.
on Broadcast Sports about whether Tambellini, Rennie, they'll return. But I do like to see this out of Rennie. At least he is showing emotion. It is, like you said, far too late. And maybe if he would have done this maybe 30 games ago, things would be different. But with that said, he knows his job's on the line, and he knows if he sits back and does nothing, there's a guarantee he won't be coming back next year. So at least with this emotion, he does show that he wants to be here. He wants to keep developing these kids, and he actually cares about this team. And I think everything he said is 100% correct. these guys are getting paid millions of dollars to play hockey. Like, not too many people can say that about their career, and they really should start acting and rewarding these fans for the hard money they pay to come out and see these guys play.
No, it is very true. I mean, that's one thing that always bugs me. I always hate seeing guys who loaf and you're making what 5 million. You're making 10 million over a 2 year deal, not pointing at anybody, certain players. Hey guys who make a we're making 10 mil over 2 year deal. But I mean, there's certain guys who I just cannot stand the fact that they will show up late for practice and be the first guy gone. To me, that really irks me. I see where he's coming from though.
Yeah, and that just brings me back to like the early 2000s with that New York Ranger team, all the money those guys made, and just the pardon my language, just the piss poor effort those guys put in, like Bobby Holy, Pavel Bure, Kovalev, all those guys back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
They made the big bucks, and they just don't have the passion that some of the other players had, and it's kind of upsetting to watch that, but I guess that's just the way it goes in pro sports, right?
No, that is very true. That is very true. That was actually a good comparison, though. Talking about the New York Rangers, I mean, heck, you had Kovalev, Mark Messier, Eric Lindros, Burry, and that team didn't make the playoff once. That to me is embarrassing. That they did not make the playoffs at all, and they had the highest payroll in all of hockey.
Yeah, I guess we can partly blame Glenn Sather for that because he threw all this money at these guys, and of course they're not going to say no. I wouldn't say no to $10 million a year or whatever the hell Pavel Bure was making. But at the end of the day, you got to want to win in this league, and if you get guys that want to win, and then you'll be successful.
No, that is very true. That's incredibly true. I know, Vic, you're talking about last thing. You're talking about Raw, and you're talking about you really loved the Raw concert and Cena rap that was on Monday nights.
Yeah, like personally, WWE hasn't really been the greatest thing the last few years.
Right.
I remember the Attitude Era was big for me, and probably for you too. That's kind of what set the bar, and it kind of went downhill from there. And just to see any kind of familiar face from that era, that being The Rock, just kind of brings those memories back, and kind of just shows us what the younger generation doesn't have in the WWE right now. And even with Cena, with the whole rap gimmick, that was close to 8-9 years ago now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see them bring these things back and just kind of remind us of previous encounters that they had in the WWE.
Exactly. But again, at the same time, though, it is kind of sad because it realizes that they're saying to be successful, we have to always go back to our past. They can't grow. That's what it shows, though, in a sense, with McMahon and company.
Yeah, that's also true. Like, you can't rely on these guys are only getting older. You can't bring them back forever. Stone Cold, the guy can't wrestle anymore, but he seems to pop up every now and again. The Rock, he's got his Hollywood thing going.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows how long this will last? Even Triple H and The Undertaker, these guys aren't getting any younger.
No.
And it really goes to show that they need to start developing younger guys, which I think they have with Dolph Ziggler, Wade Barrett, even Sheamus. This guy's getting a World Heavyweight title match, so that goes to show you they do have some guys that can replace these guys down the line.
No, that is very true. You mentioned now the older guys. I mean, you're seeing now. I mean, look at the angles now. Vince McMahon. You don't see Vince McMahon anymore. I think he's getting tired. It's all Triple H now, and even Triple H, he's 38. Undertaker's 46, and they're still trying to put them in main event matches.
Yeah, we think that's bad, but sadly, you turn your channel over to Spike and watch TNA, and you have a 6-year-old Hulk Hogan fighting a 6-year-old Ric Flair. So I guess we can't really be complaining about that.
No, I mean, I remember watching it, and that was the first blood match. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, these guys are bleeding. These guys are bleeding in sure, and you're putting them on national TV.
Yeah, I really do think Ric Flair being shirtless should be illegal, personally, but that's just my opinion.
He's got bigger boobs than me.
Yeah, and put him and Hogan combined, and I think you got bigger pairs than the WWE divas have.
Oh, jeez. I have to guarantee that. Well, before I let you go, man, why don't you plug Broadcast Sports on Blog Talk?
Yeah, well, like you said earlier, we got broadcastsports.com, www.broadcastsports.com, new site. It's great. Everything's up there. We got the Twitter, so we got some blogs coming, all the info. We're working on some T-shirts, so hopefully those will be up soon. We'll be giving those away. And you can catch us every week, me and Mr. Brad Bartow on Blog Talk Radio, Broadcast Sports, Beast of Broadcasting. And hopefully, Avery, maybe we can incorporate Avery Sports Show on the site somehow and maybe work that in.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. I'd be all on board for that, Vic.
Perfect. We could always use you blogging and get some ads for Avery Sports Show on there. I think it'd be perfect.
I think it'd be a fantastic partnership, sir.
Awesome. We got Edmontonians got to stick together. There's very few of us, so we got to stick together strong.
That is true, sir. That is true. Well, Vic, as always, pleasure having you on. Call back soon, sir.
All right, adios.
Later, Vic. Vic Michaels. Fantastic stuff. You know, there goes a little Skype. This service was brought to you by Spin Win, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Yeah, but great interview with Vic. Fantastic stuff with Vic. Hey, folks, to the commercial break and be right back. Wrap up the show. We'll try and do a best of the best. We'll try and get in story of the week. Because, you know, we gotta get back to our staple segments that have made every sports show comfort food for the sports mind. This is Avery Sports Show on livestream.com/Avery Sports. We're trying to find some of our stingers. Here we go. Do we have it? Let's see if it will play for us. One of our little stingers.
You're watching Avery Sports Show on livestream.com.
Slick, eh? We back after this.